This is so surreal. It seems that we've come to a time when right is wrong, wrong is right. Bullies are the victims, and the victims are called bullies. For 3 years, this president has been harassed. He's been electronically surveilled, spied upon, as normal people would call it. Allegations have never ceased. They continue, and they're continuing today. At some point, you would think that someone would look at the abuses by Congress, by the Justice Department, friends of our Democrats, by the FBI, friends of our Democrats who hated the president when he was nothing but a candidate. At some point, somebody would go, this is out of control. We need to step back and say, wait, this train is off the tracks. It's time to get, and here's the word, reasonable. What's gone on the last 3 years is not reasonable. There's a doctrine, those who are attorneys know, you're going to try to pursue some remedy, you need to have clean hands. The majority has been so abusive. Sure, this administration has produced tons of witnesses after subpoenas, some without, sometimes it's just negotiated. But normally what happens is subpoena is received, and it means you're not going to be able to use an agency attorney, even though, and an agency attorney will not be allowed in, even though the only way that the witness can appear and have executive privileges properly claimed is to have an agency or department attorney with them. And that's when things get negotiated and get worked out. But some of our friends know that if they're abusive enough with subpoenas and with lawfare, just not warfare, but using the law as a weapon, you can run people out of office. They successfully did that, continually suing Sarah Palin, Ryan Zinke. He couldn't afford to keep hiring individual lawyers when agency lawyers couldn't come. This is the kind of stuff that's been going on. And so this will end up, since our friends are not being reasonable, we're not willing to negotiate with the administration so agency lawyers could come claim executive privilege, even though the target kept changing. They didn't know what they were going to come testify about. They were being accused of all kinds of different things. That kept changing and has changed even in the last 48 hours, total 24 hours. It's changed. How do you defend yourself when the charge keeps changing? I mean, this is like a Stalin-esque type court system. You know, you don't get to meet and cross-examine your witnesses. And in fact, we'll just have some law professor that's paid by our friends come in and explain what the witnesses probably said, did say, what it is. That's all you need to hear. If you're going to vote on guilt or innocence, impeachment or not, you don't need to hear the witnesses. We don't need no stinking witnesses. Just bring us the chance to vote, and we will vote. It is an outrage. There is nothing reasonable about what's gone on, and especially, it is so ironic. This is the same week when the corruption of the Department of Justice has been shown, and there is no sorrow, no apology, no remorse whatsoever by this incredible abusive system. So the obstruction of Congress is by people in Congress. The administration has not been unreasonable. They've seen what has happened when this abusive Justice Department gets people in a perjury trap. They got nothing to go on, but if we can get you in and get you to testify, then we can prosecute you if you make a mistake while you're testifying. It was very, very reasonable not to come answer the subpoenas when you couldn't have an agency lawyer and there's no negotiation with the other side. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back.